live from Japan. It is Saturday, June 30th, and this is Stark Raving Totals. Welcome to the segment. This is where we talk about totals across the board in sports. And today we're going to focus on, again, WNBA. One play on WNBA, but actually something a little different. So stay tuned. And we do have one play in Major League Baseball, and we've been rolling the last couple days here. So we won. We went 2-0 on our last segment with Stark Raving Totals, and we were actually 2-0 yesterday if you caught us on Pete and Jimmy's show. So hopefully we can keep that rolling after we had a little bit of a slump. Personally, I've been rolling, so hopefully I'm trying to keep that up today. So we got two plays here on the card. We got one in Major League Baseball, one in the WNBA. Very interesting line we are going to talk about. And thanks for coming in. You guys come in, give awesome comments, and we go ahead and we talk about sports on the day. World Cups in action. You got France beating Argentina. And Uruguay beating Portugal. Wow. So just a lot of stuff going on. Not a ton of Major League Baseball games left, and only one WNBA game, but still a lot of stuff going on as far as the world is concerned and sports is concerned. So you guys come in, you give awesome comments like I just said, and we go ahead and we talk about what's going on. We try to make a couple good picks. So don't forget sbrpicks.com, Sportsbook review, my coffee. Facebook is our Facebook page is pretty cool because you got all the links on there that'll take you to other places. And then we got, of course, our YouTube channel. That's this. A lot of segments on there. And I've been jumping into Pete and Jimmy's show when I can. But this is the weekend, and this is where we just talk about this show. And then there's actually another show that SBR has going on the weekend. So we'll be back tomorrow. Stark Raving Totals, 4:30 p.m. Eastern, Saturday, Sunday. Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, whatever. Let's talk. All right, so let's talk about baseball first. So baseball, we're over 500 now. If you guys remember, it was just 2 weeks ago we were kind of struggling. But like I said, I always start slow. Now I've hit my last two, and then we push, and I think we hit the game before that. So we're kind of starting to pick up some steam. And this today is actually not a statistical play. It's more of a gut call for me. Personally, right now I'm on the Mets and Marlins under the 7. Right now that's 1-0 in the second, so that's not looking too great. But that's just the way it goes sometimes. Make sure you guys are coming in okay. All right, let's talk. So let's take a look at this card. Major League Baseball. So we're taking a look at the Dodgers versus the Rockies, and my boy Kenta Maeda getting the start, who I really like. He pitched for the Hiroshima Carp here in Japan. He was the best pitcher in Japan. I talked a lot about him on my other video segments when he was just coming up with the Dodgers and told everybody how good he was going to be. And he's lived up to it. You know, he's been a very good Major League pitcher. Right now, the odds makers have the game at 7.5 with Colorado. The public right now, it's about 50-50. Yesterday, they didn't score anything. I'm going over. And I hate to do it against my boy Kenta Maeda, who pitches really well at home. His home numbers are outstanding. 2.79 ERA, 1.32 WHIP. But he's already faced Colorado once this season. He's pitched well against them over the past few years. He has good numbers against him, like ERA, just over 2. He's pitched well, and he did pitch well against him earlier this year, allowing just 2 hits. But he's coming off a really, really good start against the Cubbies, and I think he's due to get dinged up just a little bit, just to give up like maybe 2 or 3 runs. And I think the Dodgers are the key today. I think they're going to score a lot because Marquez has not been good, and I don't see him getting any better today. So I'm going over the 7.5. So when we take a look at these guys, I already talked about Maeda. I mean, he's been steady. He had one bad outing over his last 10. That was versus Cincinnati at home, but for the most part, he's been pretty good. I think Colorado gets to him just a little bit today. His home numbers have been decent, but he still has a 1.32 WHIP at home. He's not unhittable. So I think Colorado, they swung the bats somewhat okay yesterday. I think they are able to score against him today, even though I really like him. I think they're able to score, 2 or 3. Marquez has been terrible. 5.53 ERA, 1.55 WHIP. There is no reason for me to believe he's going to come in and just be great against Los Angeles. Now, he did pitch against them earlier this season a couple times, and he pitched pretty well, actually. The most recent appearance was in LA. He was really good. 1 earned run, 2 hits in 7 innings. That was in Colorado, where he allowed 4 earned, 7 hits in 6 innings. Prior to that was the one in LA. So he's just faced him recently. So Dodgers have got a good look at him. They didn't score anything yesterday. I think they get it done today. I think the Dodgers break out today. that's really the premise of why I'm taking the over. I mean, Marquez he has not been good. He's allowed 15 earned runs in his last 3 starts, just 15 innings, 15 earned in 15 innings. I mean, yeah, 2 of them were at home, but he did allow 6 at Philadelphia. So there's look. I mean, the Dodgers right now, they're hitting 229 at home. I mean, they've been terrible at home overall. They're just due to break out. It's really weird too because overall they're hitting 241. I mean, statistically speaking, you look at them across the board, they're not terrible offensively. They've just been hitting better on the road than at home. I mean, their numbers are all in the top 10, very respectable. If you look at them, I mean, gosh, they're 5th in slugging, they're 7th in OPS. They just haven't done anything at home. So hopefully, this is a good spot for them to go ahead and put up like 7 runs. And I think that'll help us get over this total. So 7.5 is just a little bit too low. Public's on, I can see how the public is 50-50 on it because Maeda does have good numbers and Marquez has pitched well against the Dodgers. But I think that's gonna play against him than play for him today. So I'm gonna take a shot here at over the 7.5 with Colorado and Los Angeles. That's my one major league pick. That's it. So let's jump into the WNBA. Okay, so the total for this. All right. So they've already played once, and that was without Deladon, and they went bananas. They went for over 190 points. That was way earlier in the season. After that game, Phoenix went on a nice winning streak. So odds makers have it at 168.5, but it's dropped to 167.5, and that kind of makes some sense. We got some injury issues. First of all, you got Atkins probably out for Phoenix. Excuse me. I mean, January's out for the Phoenix. You got Atkins probably out for Washington. She's on a concussion protocol. Now, the last time against Phoenix, Atkins put up 21. But Deladon didn't play, and she's one of the top 5 players in the league. So it's really kind of pick your poison. Washington's off a rest. They just we had a winner there. We got really lucky. I mean, look, it was 77 all, and Deladon hits a 3, so we had under the total was the right call. So I'm glad it hit. But this is an interesting line here. It looks like a lot of points. It's dropped just a little bit. I mean, the last game they went absolutely bananas the last time they played this year. Okay, so I digress. Washington is off a rest. Phoenix just played New York last night, but a lot of ladies got minutes because they blew them out. It's played Indiana, last night. Then prior to that, they played New York. So this is the last game of their road trip. It's a revenge spot for them. And they are off a back-to-back. But I don't care. Here's my play. I'm not taking the total because I think the number's too hard. It's 167.5. That's a lot of points. I could see him going under. I could see him going over. Last time, Phoenix is in an interesting spot because they're on a back-to-back. Last time they were on a back-to-back, they went to Las Vegas and they won. But it's a revenge game for them. And I think Phoenix is better than Washington. Right now, they're getting 4. The public's on Washington because the Mystics have been playing really good basketball recently. But I'm taking Phoenix on the plus money line. I think there's really good value to go ahead and take them getting right now. This is my play. You don't have to play this, but I'm going to take them at about plus 150. I think that's good value on one of the top 2 teams in the WNBA, who's arguably the best defensive team in the WNBA, and they blew out Indiana last night, so they got rest. I mean, they didn't have to push their minutes. It wasn't, it was an easy win for them. They blew them out. But you look at them statistically right now, Phoenix is allowing opponents to shoot 41.9% overall, and they're allowing just 79.7 points per game. They're arguably the best defensive team. From beyond the arc, they don't defend particularly well, and Washington has been lighting it up from distance, but I'm not going to put a lot of stock into that tonight. I like their overall percentage. They're allowing under 42%. And then you got Washington on the other end of the spectrum where they're not a very good defensive team. They're allowing opponents to shoot 45.7%, and they're allowing almost 82 points per game. Now, I think they're a touch overrated. I don't think they're quite as good as how they've been playing recently, as we just saw with New York, getting back in the game against them. I just think Phoenix is a better team. I mean, they could shoot. They're shooting 46% overall. They're shooting 36.5% from distance. Their numbers are actually better offensively than Washington, but the Mystics are averaging 1 more point per game. But statistically, Phoenix is better, and I think they're the better defensive team. So I'm going to take a shot. Although they're on a back-to-back, I think they come in and win this game, especially also with the injury issues. I think that's going to affect Washington more than Phoenix. Although January's a pretty good guard, and she's second on the team in assists. I think the dynamic, though, of Phoenix, they're more, it seems like to me at least, they're more of an interior extended team. I think they get it done. I think Atkins being out for Washington is going to hurt. Well, and here's the thing also. Sorry, they're both question marks. So you got January a question mark for Phoenix, Atkins a question mark for Washington. And they're both pretty important players to both teams. They're not the stars, but they're really good role players. They're both starters. Or at least what I have them down as starters. I honestly am not 100%, but they get a lot of minutes. Okay, so either they're the first off the bench or they're starting. I believe they're both starters. But I don't even care about that. What I like is the reason why I'm taking them is, I mean, you look at Phoenix, they're 12-5. They lost 2 in a row. They were on a huge winning streak, and then they lost to Minnesota at home. But that was after coming back from a road trip against Las Vegas. And Minnesota's arguably the best team in the league. They're still Minnesota. They're still really good. And they're starting to play like it too. And then after that, they had to travel. They had 1 day rest to travel to Chicago, and they lost at Chicago, a team that could put up some points. And Chicago shot out of their minds against them, shooting 49% and over 40% from distance. Then they came back, still on the same road trip, winning 2 in a row, handling business, holding New York to 69 and the Fever to 77, but they could have named the score on that one. I like Phoenix. I think they win this game straight up. So although the public right now is all over Washington, I think it's because Phoenix is on the back-to-back. I know I'm talking a lot. Sorry. I just want to get this out there. Although the public's on Washington and the lines move their way, I'm taking Phoenix just right on the plus money line. I think it's very hard to beat a good team in the WNBA 2 times in a row, whether you're at home or on the road. And Washington just got by New York. New York's actually a little bit underrated, though. They're not that bad, although they've been struggling recently. And that's it for me. Let me see what we got here on my Mets. 1-0. Okay. Come on, DeGrom. That's still the second. Long way to go. What do you guys got for me? I know I talked a lot right there, but I'm taking Phoenix on the plus money line. A very special Stark Raving Totals today, where I think that, look, there's only one play on the card. I think the total is locked in at 167, 168. I think it's a coin flip. Honestly, I think it's really hard to cap because they scored a lot last game. You got a couple injuries. I don't know how the pace is going to roll, but I think value-wise, I'll take Phoenix getting the plus 150. Okay, so they're the underdog, but I'll take a shot with them. What do you got for me? Seba J, hello. Oh, you're just waiting on my pick. Seba J says, hello, I didn't play any games, just waiting. Okay, well, we've been rolling well, so control your units. I could very well go 0-2 today. So we'll see. See how it rolls out. And great call yesterday. Yeah, you caught me on Pete and Jimmy's show. So that was nice. We went 2-0 yesterday. And the beautiful thing about going 2-0 yesterday, though, is they were both easy. They were both, I mean, the games were over by halftime in the basketball game, and then by the 3rd inning in the Chicago Texas game. So it was nice to pick those up. Blake Kersey, still early. Okay. Bella, here too, cashed good today. In the World Cup, Houston down already, though. Had faith in Verlander today. He's been a little bit not Verlander-ish as much if you look at him as opposed to earlier in the season. And Tampa Bay is a pretty good hitting team. Andrew, what was your 2 plays on Thursday again? I don't recall them. Did the plays win? Yeah, they both won. We had Tampa Bay, Houston under the total with McCullers versus, and then Stanek again. Tampa Bay is doing that really weird where their reliever starts the game sort of thing. So we had the under on that one, and then we also had another under, I think. Let me check real quick. Since you're asking, I do so many plays. I have to look at Thursday WNBA We had, oh yeah, the I just talked about it. We had Washington, New York under the total. Okay. All right. Let's see. Triple Beams. What's up, Mr. What's up, Triple Beams? Andrew, I had Seattle Storm on Thursday for WNBA. Okay. Tilo, konnichiwa. Stark sama. Blake Kersey. Personal question. How good is your Japanese? It's not bad. I mean, I can get by. If you put something up, I can probably translate it. Probably. I can get by okay. So for that right there, it says personal question. I don't know personal, but question would be, shitsumon, nihongo wa, ii desu ka? That'd be it. Is your Japanese good? Okay. I'll translate that. Bella, both won. Okay, thank you. You're answering the question for me. Tilo, good call yesterday. Thank you. Brian, thanks for the win. Okay. Boston, Brian on Boston tonight with Sale. Well, duh. That's not really a tough call. Sonny Gray, man, he has not pitched well. Andrew, I like the Giants today. Shelby Miller is an auto fade. Yeah, for WNBA, I like Washington and the under. Okay, so Andrew, I'm against you on that one. I like Phoenix on the plus. I think here's the reason I like Phoenix. I don't like them plus the points. I like them, and I'm kind of kicking myself because I really liked Las Vegas yesterday on the plus money line, but I took them plus the points, so I didn't get as much return. And I'm kind of kicking myself. I'm not going to do that again today. I think Phoenix wins this game straight up. That's a really good Phoenix team. I know they're on a back-to-back, but they were pretty well rested. So I'm taking Phoenix on the plus money line. You guys like Washington? That's okay. I mean, Della Don's a stud, so I have no problem with anybody taking Washington, and they are at home. Let's see. And Henry, thanks for okay. Yep. Blake, I grabbed Mystics -2.5. Okay. Andrew, yesterday for WNBA, I had Phoenix, Indiana over the 161. Nice call by you. I actually had I took Indiana on that game. That was a bad call. But I'm buying in with this Phoenix team. They're just a really good defensive team. I mean, they're arguably the best defensive team. They're arguably the most well-rounded team in the WNBA, and it's a revenge spot for them. That's why I like them today. And it's the last game of their road trip. I think they come out with their hair on fire. I think they play really well. Sema on the Dodgers game, the move down from 8 to 7.5 is the hitters from each team. No, I looked the injuries. There's nobody out, at least unless somebody's getting rest, in which I don't know. For me, I like the over 7.5. Maybe it stays under. We've been rolling really well. I'm okay if I go 0-2 in my picks today. I'll survive. That's me personally. I know. I mean, I want to put out winners, but it's the game I like, so I'm taking it for a unit. And Phoenix, I'm going to put a full unit on them to win. But again, I've been rolling after a little bit of a stumble there way earlier in the week. I'm kind of back on track. Triple beams. When you hover over the opener, header, and SBR, what does the percentage indicate? Is it percentage of money, percentage tickets on the side? That's a really good question. I think it's the percentage of bets on that game. So let's say if there's 100 bets on that game, then it'll be 56% are betting on this way, and then the 44% are this way. It's not the money. It's not the money. It's the tickets. And Bella's on top of that. Sema J, according from my source, 64% of the tickets on the over and 56% of the money on the over. The line drop on the Dodgers game. Okay, Bella, I don't think there's a side where you can check the money. Yeah, I don't think there is either. I don't think there is. Sema J at Bala. Okay, Andrew. Twins were up 7-4 against the Cubs, and the Cubs scored 5 in the bottom of the 5th with 2 outs. Crazy high scoring game. I find most teams get most of their runs with 2 outs. Nah, that you only feel that way because it just happened. That's not true. What do you think of the under on the Seattle game? I looked at that because Felix, well, that's a popular pick. 88%. Oh, it's not a popular pick. 80% of the money is on the over, but the line dropped from 8.5 to 8. Well, that's a steam move. I would personally look at the under because Felix has been pitching really well recently. But for me, it's just a layoff. I think that number looks right. Tilo, any Japanese baseball day today or tonight? Let's take a look. I haven't looked at the lines. I will look at the pitching matchups for you though, really quick. Let's see. I got no super. Who's this guy? Youngman getting a start for the Tokyo Giants. He's a foreigner. Never seen him before. Who's this starting for Chunichi? Yeah, I thought he was pretty good. I don't see any stars getting the starts tonight or today. Sorry, they're day games here. And then let me look at the other league. I think the overs are in play. I think the overs are in play for the most part. I would pay attention to see where the line moves. But I think the overs are in play for today, Sunday being Sunday here in Japan. Nothing that jumps out at me. There's no superstars getting the start on the mound. I'll just tell you that. And third, Mets and Marlins. Got to stay on top of my game. Let's continue. Okay, so Ron, I got nothing really today with Japanese baseball. I'm gonna wait and see how the lines move. I was 1-0 yesterday. I'm crushing Japanese baseball. I'm going like 3-1, 4-1. I'm just crushing Japanese baseball. I think at my book, when I put in a Japanese play, within 5 seconds the line moves. So I think I'm moving the lines in Japanese baseball, because I don't think there's a lot of money at my book that goes specifically for that. But when I put in a play, that line moves. So I hit them pretty hard. I really need to kind of take a backseat kind of a little bit and just kind of bowling so well. I don't want to get overzealous and then give everything back. So I really got to be disciplined here. Jacob Casser, which game is stronger in your mind? For my 2 picks today? Oh gosh, I don't know. Sometimes I have an opinion on that. Today I just like them both even. I don't love either of the plays because Phoenix, I'm getting plus money. For me, if I was just going to play one, I'd probably just play Phoenix because of the value. I think there's good value there, plus 150 on a good Phoenix team. Francisco, some cappers take psychology into account. Some don't. As far as you know, do those big algorithm sharps take psych into account, or is it pure data? What's more important to your psych or data? Data. I think they're proportional, actually. I think the data you get on the feedback is in proportion to the psychology being the aspect of the game that's being played. But I would need to know more about your definition of psychology, and also it depends on the sport. For me, I think data's for me it's the line, man. The line is what really gets me going. Where odds makers set the line, because I think they have the most information. They're going to set, except for early in the year, as the season gets going, the lines are going to get better. So when I say like the other day with the Houston Tampa Bay game, I said that line bugs the crud out of me. It really bothered, and that's why I took the under, and it hit easy. So for me, it really starts with the line. But overall, I think data trumps the psychology part. But I think the line trumps everything. I could talk about that forever. Francisco, again, another great comment. Something we could talk about forever. Thanks, bud. Triple beams. Interesting line movement in the Yank Sox. More ticks on the under. Total goes up a half run from 8 to 8.5. Yeah, but everybody wants to bet the over with Boston and New York. Always. Everybody wants to bet the over with that one. Romine and Drury in the Yanks lineup. Any thoughts? None. I have no idea how that's going to roll out, because I don't know what I'm going to get from Sonny Gray. I have no idea how he's going to pitch. If anything, he gets lit up. So maybe he's lights out. I don't know, man. Again, that's why I'm just laying off it. I have no clue. Brian, like your place. Thank you. Well, we'll see. And Texas, Chicago over the 10. Yeah, we had them yesterday with the over. That was easy. Trung, Action app has percentage bets column and money. Oh, really? Action app. I have to check that out. Thank you, Trung. Triple beams. I was thinking Rodon could hold his own down at Texas, and Big C, was that Cologne, could do his thing. And you're talking to Brian. Semajay, will Boston beat the Yankees today, sir? They should with Sale on the mound. We'll see. So you feel like the Dodgers over, would Dodgers run line make sense too? It's baseball, man. It's baseball, Blake. It's really, really tough to predict. I don't personally like the run lines, but if I was going to take that game, I'd take the Dodgers -1.5. But for me, it's all about the plus money line in baseball. If I'm going to make a play, I never take the favorites in baseball. Never, ever, ever, because it's just too ambiguous. So much can happen. You can find value on the plus money line. I say take it. So for me, if any, I mean, I'm not going to take Colorado because I don't think they win today. So, I mean, I mean, if it's still like minus money with the Dodgers, then at -1.5, I wouldn't take it. That's me personally. I don't really do that. I probably didn't answer that very well. Sorry. Francisco, don't you think MLB should get rid of the subjectivity of umps and use a robot to call balls and strikes or some form of tech? And why do managers wear uniforms? It looks silly and go Mexico. All right. Let's go back with that. Well, go Mexico. Okay. Go Mexico. Good luck. And let's backtrack from that. Why do managers wear uniforms? I don't know. When I coach personally, I wear black Adidas sweats and like a team shirt, like something like this, but with my team logo on it. But I don't wear like the uniforms. I don't know why. It's tradition. I don't know the exact reason for that. I don't know about the subjectivity of the umpires. I can see that both ways. I can see that both ways. I kind of liked having the umps. So man, I'll way it. Oh, I think my Wi-Fi is bugging out. I think my Wi-Fi is bugging out. So hold on. Let me get my other wireless up here. One second. I'm changing wireless. I'm having a little trouble here where I'm at as far as the Wi-Fi. Just give me 1 second. I'll get the rest of your comments and we'll get out of here. Guys, 1 sec. Sorry about this. I apologize for the delay. Need to. Okay, let me connect. Okay, there we go. That should be better. Okay, that should be a little bit clearer now as far as the Wi-Fi is concerned. All right, let's get back into the comments. Francisco, great comment again. I can't go any more on that. Okay, sorry. I think we bugged out and now we're back. Let me make sure. I had to change wireless. So I think we're good, right? Yeah. Sorry about that. Brian, it was a handicapper's free pick. Just asking for opinions. Triple beans. Mets Browns under. What did you like in the understark? I don't look at it or play it. Well, first of all, it was 7, which was I thought was really low. But DeGrom's a stud, and the fact that the starter for Miami was it Lopez is getting his first major league start, and he's got good minor league numbers. Where he had a really low WHIP, so I kind of like taking guys when it's their first major league start, especially when they're facing a Mets team that's not a particularly strong hitting team. But we'll see. I mean, they could still go over 7. It's just 1-0. Let's see. What books do you use so I can follow you on Japanese baseball? The one I use Bookmaker for Japanese baseball. I use Bookmaker for Japanese baseball. Just let you know. But I mean, you can't really follow me on Japanese baseball because I don't listen, guys. I don't make my plays in Japanese baseball until like 5 minutes before the first pitch because I'm watching line movements and I base my picks a lot on what I know about the starting pitchers, what I know about the teams, whether they're at home or away, and then the line movement as well. Because right now, when I get off of here, I'll take a photo, I'll take a snapshot of the lines where they are now because they don't have it like there's no SBR site for Japanese baseball. And then before the games usually all go at the same time, then about 15 minutes before the games go off, I'll take a look at the lines. I'll see what they were at, where they are now, and then I'll start making some decisions. And usually I'll play just like one Japanese game. So when I said I was like 4-1, that means like I won Sunday, lost Monday, and then won Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So I usually don't make a lot of Japanese baseball plays in one day. I'll play like one game. I'll look for like the best line, and then I'll hit that one because my units are pretty significant. I don't need to go crazy on it. So what I mean is also is because I put out the game so late, your guys, it's like in the middle of the night for most of my friends, most of my American friends. So it's really hard to, and I don't have Twitter, so it's really hard to give out Japanese baseball plays. Okay. Dodgers -1.5 is +125. That's not a bad play with Maeda. That's okay, especially since they lost yesterday. I think they did. I mean, they lost yesterday, right? Did they win yesterday? I thought they lost. Hold on. Yeah, they lost yesterday. Okay, that's what I thought. And let's just finish this up right here. Tampa Bay Rays up 5-0. Rays playing good baseball lately. Okay, Blake just seems correlated with your overlay. Yeah, I understand what you're saying, Blake. I totally understand that. Triple Beams, if you had a free $1,000 to lay on one team to win the World Series, who would it be? I have no idea right now. I would look for some plus money action, though. That's for sure. I don't know. That's a really good question. I can't think off the top of my head for that one because I really don't have a favorite team. Francisco, are you on the morning or late show on Low Shack? And is the comment early and late? And why don't you do write-ups anymore on non-show? Okay, a lot of questions. Francisco, a lot of questions again. Go Mexico. I'm on the late show, which is for me at 7 in the morning here. The late show for Jimmy and Low Shack. I'm not on the morning show because that's while I'm sleeping. There, that answers that question. I don't do write-ups anymore. That's a long conversation. Sportsbook review. The season changed, so I was doing basketball write-ups, but then baseball came around and they had enough writers for baseball. I'm kind of glad though because the write-ups take a long time. They take a long time to do. So, and if like the proportion of what I was getting financially for the write-ups was, it's not all that great for the work I was putting in, so it's fine. But yeah, maybe I'll get back to it when basketball starts coming around again, NBA. But I don't know. Right now, I'm enjoying doing the videos. I hope you guys are enjoying it as well. But yeah, I need the likes and the views to keep it going. If I don't get enough views or enough likes, there's a chance this show might go away. But I'm really a basketball guy, so I'm hoping to hang in there for, you know. Then we get NBA and college, and those are really my bread and butter. So hopefully this will still be okay. I can't talk today. Let's see. Triple Beans, have to lay it today. C, did a bed wedding? No, that Francisco's definitely not that. Francisco's definitely not that. Let's see. He's definitely not a millennial. I don't believe so. No, I think some people, I mean, that's kind of a debate now and then. See, I think that's, you know, some people it's because they want, some people really, it's not about the robots, human, they want consistency. They don't want, and people who are handicappers like me, they want that human element. They want to know that the strikes are going to be called strikes and the balls are going to be called balls. That's it. That's it. I personally like the human element. So Nova, Washington Nationals +100. Nova, Boston Red Sox -40. Couple plays from Nova. Appreciate it. Tilo, love having you jump in on the Low Shack show. Okay. Please ask SBR to highlight your name like you do with all SBR affiliates. I could talk to him about that. I kind of want to come into that show and talk one time. I think that'd be kind of fun. Too much traffic on that show. Yeah, I know. I put a play in and it just kind of rolls up real fast. But Jimmy and Pete have been really good about highlighting my play, which is nice. So I do enjoy jumping in there. I can't do it always, but I've been more in there more recently. Andrew, I use Bookmaker as well. Okay. Did you submit a play for the sports contest daily? I got up to 9 before. Oh, okay. No, I usually don't do the daily contest. All my energy is spent into actually money handicapping. But recently they took off the sports contest. I'm not really sure. I don't really get into the sports contest so much. Bill, great to see you. Great to see you. How much we love having you on the low. Yeah, no, I haven't really noticed. I mean, people are saying it, so that's cool. I appreciate it. I like coming in there and giving comments. It's a lot of fun. And Pete and Jimmy, again, they've been really good about letting people know what I'm on. So that's really good. And let's continue. Ron, Mets Miami under the 24 hits, runs, and errors. Total bases. You got, this is hard to read, Ron. Ramos over 2 runs, hits, RBIs, and fading Montreal and the CFL laying the 10. Thank you, Ron. Please read what Ron has to say. I know you only get so many characters to type in, so you can't make everything crystal clear, but I kind of get your gist. Francisco, idea for show to educate us. You should begin show with which line moves are important that day and why and which don't matter. Well, I kind of do that as an encompassing aspect of this show. So I mean, I'm usually right now I'm pretty free as far as time is concerned. We're way over time, but usually during the week I get 30 minutes. So I can't talk about all that. When I have plays I want to give out and reasons why I want to give out those plays. So I mean, it's a good idea. Maybe another show could be like that, just about line movements. Bella, enjoying the videos. Thank you. I appreciate that. Trung, we support. Okay, you'll be around for a long time. Don't worry. Thank you, Trung. Andrew, love your videos. Get this man some likes. Thanks, guys. Trung, honest people, they stick around forever. All right. Yeah, I try to. Well, and Nova, we rock. Okay, you're a beast. Let's keep it. Okay, thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Well, and that's the one thing you do know with me. I mean, we're gonna roll. It's gonna be good and bad times. That's for sure. But the honesty part is, the integrity part is really, really important for me. What I say, I'm playing. That. So that's a good thing. And Francisco, thank you, Francisco, for coming in. A lot of good comments today. I'm gonna get out of here. So, all right, let's recap. We'll be back tomorrow, 4:30 p.m. Eastern, for some more Stark Raving Totals. Maybe we'll be more on the total side. Today, we're kind of off a total, though. This is the first time, actually, this WNBA season where I've given out, actually, I think it's Stark Raving Totals for the YouTube channel where we've given out a play instead of a totals, but let's do it anyways. We got Los Angeles, and Major League Baseball is a totals play. Los Angeles, Colorado, we're going over the 7.5. I don't like Marquez to shut down the Dodgers. I think they have a big day at the plate, and I think Maeda gets touched just a little bit. So I think they just sneak over the 7.5. Again, we've been rolling pretty well, so control your units, but I like the over in that one. And then for us, WNBA, I'm going to lay off the total. I think odds makers are dialed in on the line. Hasn't moved a lot. Couple of injury issues for both teams, but I'm taking Phoenix on the plus money line to win this game straight up. I'm getting like plus 150. That's what I got it at right now. So I'm going to go and take a shot with that. And that's it for me. So you guys, hey, thanks for coming in. I appreciate your time. We'll be back tomorrow, 4:30 p.m. Eastern, to talk more sports. And until then, enjoy the World Cup, enjoy Major League Baseball, and we'll have some more WNBA action tomorrow. So one last time, Major League Baseball, Colorado, Los Angeles, over the 7.5. WNBA, we're going to take a shot here with Phoenix outside of the totals realm, and we're taking a shot with Phoenix on the plus money line. We'll see how it rolls out. We'll talk about it tomorrow. You guys, best of luck on your picks, and I'll see you tomorrow. All right, take care, guys.